Welcome inside the Treehouse. I'm Dan O'Malley along with Trey and Raj Sharma. And I am ready to come out swinging, gentlemen.
All right. All right.
I don't know if I'm ready to come out swinging as hard as the crazy plane lady did about a month or so ago.
Oh, yeah.
But nonetheless, I'm ready to rock. So did you, Trey, did you, Raj, see the crazy plane lady from Dallas a number of weeks ago after she went viral?
I did.
I saw it. I'd never spent too much time on it other than, hot chick losing her mind on a plane. And then I read where she was from Dallas. And also, someone said that Carrot Top was on that plane. It's just a side note. I don't know.
I did see that as well, that he was able to verify that there was indeed an incident because he was on the plane, he said.
And verified he's alive.
Last I heard, not only is Carrot Top alive, but he's doing very well in Vegas. I don't think
he's worth I think excess of $100 million.
Yeah.
He's doing just fine. He perfected the Las Vegas residency before any of the newer celebs decided to do some shows there for weeks on end.
And doesn't he own some comedy clubs too, Raj?
I don't know. Maybe he might be an investor in them. I'm assuming.
Yeah, he's filthy rich, but man, he had bad work done. At least last time I saw a picture of him.
Yeah.
So let's have a quick refresher of Crazy Plane Lady. So this was, I guess it was about I think it was, it was like a little over a month. It was like 6 weeks ago, because I remember we had just flown into Dallas from the island because we were in town for like a month. And when we're waiting for our baggage at the baggage claim, people next to us are saying, "Hey, did you see this crazy lady on the plane?" And I start looking over their shoulders at their phones and like, wow, okay.
Yeah.
That lady's having herself a day.
I'm telling you, I'm getting the off, and there's a reason why I'm getting the off, and everyone can either believe it or they cannot believe it. I don't give two but I am telling you right now, that mother back there is not real. And you can sit on this plane and you can die with them or not. I'm not going to. And there's a reason why I'm getting the off, and everyone can either believe it or they cannot believe it. I don't give two but I am telling you right now, that mother back there is not real.
I love that part right there, because when she points to the back of the plane and says, "That MFer right there is not real," the whole plane, including the phone recording this on video, everyone's head shifts to the back of the plane, and the only thing back there is just a flight attendant going like,
yeah, on a 100% full flight.
Yeah. The other thing I loved about this is, and I'm guessing someone would have to look into her resume, but did you notice that whenever she pointed, whether it was towards the back of the plane or sort of in general to the people near her that were sitting in seats, she did it with the flight attendant double fingers. Yeah. So not only is she telling you what's going down, what's happening in her mind, but she's also conveniently pointing out the emergency pathway lighting. And keep in mind, the closest emergency exit might be behind you.
Next to the MFer that's not real.
I just think it's amazing. There is just a tone. There is an octave, a tone a crazy woman can reach that it is so unique. And it's like
spine-tingling.
It's like an aphrodisiac for me.
You know what? You're right.
It's a mating call.
I forgot. To the rest of the normal male world, that is a terrifying note to hit.
Mhm.
Yes.
Me, I'm.
Yeah. It's when
Trey's walking around with an erection.
yeah. It's when they go supersonic. I'm like, I don't know if we need to.
I stick
carry
my
on
head
this
up like
nonsense.
a meerkat going.
Trey's immediately wondering where the crazy poon is. Starts sniffing the air.
the illustrious mating call of the crazy poon. Is that what you called it?
Mhm.
If you see who responds, it's the wily Trenholm. I'd watch that documentary. I'd watch that whole thing.
Oh God, yes. And I hope to God it wouldn't just be one episode. You need to stretch that out for a long time.
It'd be a different brand than Acme, though.
I know what 4-letter company name you would use, Trey.
Yeah. Yeah.
Guaranteed to explode.
On site.
Oh man. So the crazy plane lady, as she was labeled, has now released a statement. She is now, I guess she's, sort of like Trey, I'm going to go with your meerkat comparison. Like a meerkat, she made herself aware to the entire world very suddenly, and then she disappeared back into the hole from whence she came. And now she's sticking her head back out saying, okay, now time to address some things with a public statement. And this is about 2 minutes. And notice here that she plays both sides. One of showing or trying to show that she has a sense of humor about it, but at the same time, also trying to cover herself under the veil of mental health awareness.
Oh, okay.
But also keep in mind, when she recorded this on her phone, she made sure that her makeup and everything was, impeccable.
Of course.
Hi everyone, it's me, Tiffany Gomez, probably better known as the Crazy Plane Lady, which is completely warranted. As you know, I have been unwilling to speak on the viral video, but I do finally feel that it's time. First and foremost, I want to take full accountability for my actions. They were completely unacceptable. Distressed or not, I should have been in control of my emotions, and that was not the case. My use of profanity was completely unnecessary, and I want to apologize to everyone on that plane, especially those that had children aboard. Can't imagine going through that and trying to explain to your kid what in the world just happened. We all have our bad moments.
All right, I got to pause just for a brief second because she touches on something there that we really need to just quickly address before moving on with the rest of her, I guess, apology. No parent can explain to any child on that plane, and no parent can explain to any other adult on that plane what the hell just happened.
I think that would have been funny if she got, try to explain that to your kids, what's on that plane, or what the redhead guy is. And it was Carrot. Try to explain to your kids what Carrot Top is. I'm like, that's harder to explain than her meltdown.
There was at least one dad on that plane who looked at his son and went, see, mom's not that bad.
Mm-hmm. He just reached over and grabbed her hand and just, I love you, baby.
Yeah.
Also, is it weird if you're a passenger on a plane and you see Carrot Top walk on with carry-on luggage? Do you start wondering?
Yeah.
Is he about to start a show?
Yeah, 100%.
Do you feel sorry for him at all because he obviously brought that upon himself? Anytime you see Carrot Top with the suitcase, like you're just gonna assume.
Yeah.
Maybe this all was actually a Carrot Top bit. So he brought his carry-on luggage, and then he deployed his carry-on crazy lady that he deployed onto the plane.
He brought a lady on hallucinogens. It's Carrot Top and a lady on mushrooms. Is that like your flight? Like buy a lottery ticket when you get off that plane.
I mean,
and if she was folded into that carry-on suitcase, I think Trey just found another layer of attractiveness in her.
Portable crazy poon.
Yeah. Flexible.
You're listening to The Treehouse. Visit us online at treehouseonair.com.
You're in The Treehouse. Visit us online at treehouseonair.com.
This segment of the Treehouse is brought to you by Cook DFW Roofing and Restoration. Their phone number 833-COOK-DFW. The website cookdfw.com. Give them a call for that free roof inspection. If only Cook DFW could have crazy inspections on people. Not only would it save the entire world a lot of time, Trey could get off Bumble and just use the crazy inspections.
Oh yeah.
Did you see his face just then, Raj? His eyes and his eyebrows. Oh my God, yes.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think about all the possibilities of what could have been. There is such thing as a crazy inspection.
Yeah, that'd be your face did kind of light up, and it was very sweet to see.
It's sweet, but also a little terrifying, because now I know what Trey's face looks like when he sees a chick that he's really into. He's like, oh yeah,
yeah.
But the only problem is I am at least self-aware enough to realize I probably would not pass the crazy test.
No. I'm a firm believer in crazy loves crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you kind of have to make it work, because there has to be some level of mutual understanding there.
Yeah, but I mean, there was one that was crazy, like legit, like I think it was she was 5150 once, like that kind of crazy. But she was very. Is dedicated to me the word, or upset? I don't know which one it was. She said,
to me, it's a fine line between dedicated and obsessed.
Yeah, she was very. She was that girl. She was the throw things at you girl.
Oh yeah,
because she loves you so much.
Is she saying it as she's throwing the thing at you?
100%. 100%.
I love you so much, I'm going to hurl this brick at your face.
Basically, kind of on point. It was back in the day. It was the base of a cordless phone.
Oh yeah,
Ooh.
Yeah,
that hurt.
No, I dodged it. It was pretty solid. It was a pretty solid dodge. I mean, those things were heavy back then. That's like a 5-pound base, and yeah.
So now I'm curious, since you were able to dodge a cordless phone base being hurled at you out of love. Was this before the Matrix came out? Because you're saying it's a cordless phone base, so the time stamp on this, I'm curious. Was this before the Matrix came out or after?
Before.
See, that to me makes it even more impressive, because you then learned how to dodge something being thrown at you without having seen Keanu Reeves do it first in the Matrix.
Yes, and I wouldn't say mine was as skillful, more as of a falling out of its way. I mean, if you want to call that dodge, but I just kind of hurled myself out of the direction that it was coming, and it successfully just landed on the carpeted floor. So no harm to me and or the cordless phone base. For those listening and watching at home.
Well, that was also back when things were built to last.
Yeah, that's true.
and again, and speaking of fine lines, things back then being built to last also meant, and here's the fine line, means being built to kill.
Yes, 100%. Yeah, but so I understand. Like the reason I wasn't crazy. So I couldn't understand the behavior, the love language that she used.
I think her love language was violence, Raj.
Yes, it was. It very much was.
So speaking of crazy and love, let's go back. Let's go back to Tiffany Gomez, the crazy plane lady, as she releases her. I don't know if it's an apology, if it's just a statement. Is it an acknowledgement of?
I haven't heard a sorry yet.
I haven't either, and I'm listening for one. Well, yeah, she did say one that she was for the profanity. She was sorry to the parents of children on the plane for the profanity.
Gotcha.
So
okay,
there is that. So she's sorry that she used some bad words.
Yes. Okay.
Let's see if she's sorry about anything else.
Okay.
We all have our bad moments, some far worse than others. And mine happened to be caught on camera for the whole world to see multiple times. Sorry, trying not to sound like Minnie Mouse.
Right now, it's very troubling to me, the smile on Trey's face, because I feel like the closer she also gets to crying, the more turned on he gets.
I feel like Obi-Wan. I'm just telling her, let the crazy flow through you.
And into your pants.
Insane you are.
Yeah.
All right, here we go, Tiffany / Trey's future.
Oh yeah.
Significant other.
Well, it has been really comical for everyone, and I have highly enjoyed so many of the memes. On the flip side, it is very invasive and unkind, and I don't know what I would do without the love and support of my friends and family.
And doctors.
They are loyal to a fault, and I don't know what I did to deserve them.
Lithium.
Scared him.
The reason she doesn't know what she did is because I imagine when she hits a certain level of crazy, she just blacks out.
Yeah.
And that's when whatever other entity that is living inside of her takes control.
Yeah.
I hope that I can use this experience and do a little bit of good in the world, and that is what I intend to do. I hope that you guys can accept my apology and I can begin to move on with my life.
So the other thing I find, and then at the end, it throws up some text. Join me on my journey of promoting positive mental health and standing up against cyberbullying. So this is where she straddles the fence and she wants it both ways. On one hand, she's saying, I got a good sense of humor about this. I appreciated the memes. Thought a lot of them were really funny. And then she then even says herself, on the flip side, though, this is really hard and blah, 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 blah. So it's like, are you a victim of cyberbullying?
Yeah.
Or do you think what happened is funny without playing both sides? You know,
but she's also gonna heavily monetize off this in some way. That's why
because I'm pretty sure before this she didn't have a website. She's got a website now. That's where I just played her thing off of. She's also got a YouTube channel and all these different things. So yeah, she's got plans. And now I can't fault her for it, because when I checked it, I think yesterday on Twitter, she's got something like 70,000 followers already, and the only post she has is this video.
Yeah.
So she is going to try to monetize this in some way. And that's the other thing, the other problem I have with this type of situation, when you're trying to say, I'm sorry for being very publicly horrible. You say you want to take a bad situation and get something good out of it. Go pick up trash.
Yeah.
Go feed the homeless. Go, go volunteer somewhere, doing something, as opposed to doing something where it has to be, with the spotlight on you. You know what I mean?
Yeah. She said she wants to, that was my first thought when she said, she wants to do a little good. And I was like, wow, Trey, you should change your last name to a little good.
I I think he's filing the paperwork right now with the court.
If I'm a pharmaceutical company with an antidepressant, I've got a camera crew going to her to shoot the commercial.
Yeah.
You show that video and then you show the happy sunshine of her walking on a plane with, a smile.
That is actually brilliant, Trey. That's one of those where you need some sort of ad agency that can be very nimble. And turn on a dime and take advantage of a situation like this. Because you're right. This is one of those times where one of the pharmaceutical companies needs to say, that's our new spokesperson.
Yeah. Or Southwest want to get away. Like that's an easy, that's an easy one right there. But the first thing,
or another easy tie-in would be the Snickers campaign.
Yeah.
You're not you when you're hungry.
But you are you when you're crazy.
But the other explanation that she released about what she meant by that guy wasn't, or that person's not there, is something to do with earbuds. Like her family took her earbuds, or somebody took her earbuds away. And
was it Carrot Top?
Yeah, it could have very well been.
Did he take her earbuds and throw them in his suitcase?
And she might have, maybe she just saw Carrot Top and didn't know who it was, and she thought, it's like a ginger Cro-Magnon man, and thought, should be in a museum, not on the plane.
There's a ghoul on our flight. Maybe she thought there's no reason Carrot Top should have been there. And
I think you had it with ghoul, Raj, because. In the part of the video where she turns and she goes, or she's screaming to the back of the plane, that MFer right there is not real. And the entire plane, all their heads turned to the back of the plane and no one's there. Maybe it's because she was talking about Carrot Top and he went ghoul and disappeared.
Yeah, there he goes.
We may have just cracked the case, boys.
I think we have. Now we just need to find a lithium salesman and or an antipsychotic rep. I'm sure we can get a hold of one of those to locate where they're sending the camera crew. So because she's here now, she's here in Dallas. So so you have to assume through these channels we can find out who she is and possibly even set up a blind date for our Mr. Trenholm over there.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe she'll set up an OnlyFans.
Oh, Jesus.
Well, we know who her first subscriber is going to be.
You're in the Treehouse. Visit us online at treehouseonair.com.
You're listening to the Treehouse. Visit us online at treehouseonair.com.
This segment of the Treehouse is brought to you by our dear friends at Brooks Plumbing. The phone number, 214-368-3838. The website, brooksplumbingtexas.com. That is brooksplumbingtexas.com. Big thank you again to them for helping with that leaking pipe I had in Dallas. Had that fixed under 36 hours.
That's incredible.
And Oliver, the plumber that was tasked with the job of fixing my pipe, he did so very, very lovingly. And I appreciate him.
He was gentle.
He was.
I see. He laid
as he crawled into the dark spaces.
To lay
under my house, not under
to lay his pipe.
Mm-hmm. No. To fix. Actually, to give me a new pipe. To give me a sturdier, more durable pipe.
A more environmentally friendly pipe. Is that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Sure. Yeah. We'll go with that.
A pipe for the 2020s and beyond.
He gave you a green pipe.
It was white, Trey.
There wasn't enough space under the house for anything else.
Sorry, man. You don't get the black one. Sometimes you can even make the obvious punchlines land. All right. Again, thank you to our friends at Brooks Plumbing. So, Raj, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
And I don't mean this to be insulting in any way, but I mean, if I'm being honest, you're my best Indian friend. So
Yes.
I'm going to try to exploit that relationship and your Indianness.
Yes.
So, for lunch earlier, actually, it was more like a late snack. We had gotten some green curry chicken salad from the store.
Got you. Okay.
Okay. And that was like 2 hours ago. And I'm still burping curry. Is that a white person thing with curry and you just get used to it after a while? Because, and also, when do the curry burps go away?
It's usually, so green curry that you had is Thai. So that's a Thai burp, but the curry flavoring that's in there is still what you're burping up.
Right.
You usually have a yogurt sauce that you can put on. That's what prevents the burpage.
So I basically need a probiotic condiment.
Yes, or some milk. We'll do the same thing, and also if there's a spice level that's too much, that'll cut that as well, so the indigestion doesn't happen. So
Gotcha.
if you go when you have Indian curry, they serve it with a yogurt sauce.
Right.
Yeah. So that's when that stops. Like I just had, and you can see how brave I am when we get into. I just had Indian food, and I had chicken curry and rice, and potatoes, and what was the other stuff that I had? It's right there. Oh, and some naan, and so it's just a whole little.
Yeah, you have an assortment.
Box. Yeah, a little box of Indian food that I went and got. Which, if you know what happened to me the other day, you would go, man, that is impressive that you would trust your people's food enough to do this.
So what happened to you the other day?
So I was in Austin and I was really looking forward to, there's some great Indian places there. And I was like, let me find an Indian place I haven't been to in Austin. And there's a place you can look it up. And I'll tell you, I don't know if we can do it on this because I don't know. I don't want them to get in trouble or people think that happens all the time.
Well, just don't use their name.
But it's an incredible spot. Almost everybody ate it. Nobody else got sick. I just don't think it worked with me. So then I didn't know what else to call it but food poisoning. And I'm like, oh, but I need to do this like more now and often. And every 15 to 20 minutes or so till there was nothing in my stomach. And then I was just dry heaving.
Oh, I hate dry heaving.
And it like violently, like to the point where like I was waiting for somebody to knock on my door. Like, are you dying? Like, what is happening?
And which you would have said, yes.
Yes.
Send help.
And then my body went, oh, well, if you're tired of throwing up.
You almost got a spit take out of Trey. And he hasn't swallowed yet. You still might get it. So keep pushing.
No. My body was like, hey, we've got options here, buddy. It's only one. But
look, we've only been using the one orifice.
Yeah, this whole time we've only and you see, and I was angry and I was cussing, and I'm like this dry heaving,
and the sickness is now ready to diversify.
And and my body went, you know what? We have taken a lot of toll on the upper part of your body. Let's now do it to the lower part, and then that's when that started. So I was like, I can't, and I don't think I went to sleep until 7 a.m. ish. From landing here in Dallas at 10.
So, were you Sphinxing it?
Yeah.
Do you know what the Sphinxing is?
No, explain my. I just thought that would be your version. Like you want to say diarrhea on the radio. What do you mean? Oh no! I remember this from in the bathroom thing. No, I was not.
Are you sure? So
no. I remember it now. No, I would not. First of all, I remember that, and I remember thinking that can't be a real thing. And
then you get some weird rest stop Indian food, and all of a sudden your mind has changed.
No, I just
All right, what is Sphinxing it?
Thank you, Trey. So Sphinxing it is something that happened to me a handful of years ago. We talked about it on the radio, and apparently it hit home for many people because they didn't have a term for what they experienced. They didn't have a something to point to as to say, this is what happened to me. So immediately other people that it's happened to would understand. So Sphinxing it, I got food poisoning a handful of years ago. And at a certain point, when you're kneeling in front of the commode throwing up, then you realize, oh, now a shift is starting to happen. And you know the lower half is now going to be engaged as well. And with me, it was going to be a dual attack, one on the top and one on the bottom. So then so now you've got choices. Do you maintain your kneeling position in front of the commode, throwing up into the commode, and then just spraying excrement on the floor behind you? Or do you switch? Because no one, it's like, if you think about it, which would I rather clean up? You know, would I rather clean up the poop or the vomit? Most people, I think, would rather pick up the vomit because it doesn't smell nearly as bad. So you can switch. You sit on the toilet and then you throw up on the floor. Or there's the third option, and this is where you hit pay dirt. First thing you need, ideally, is a tub, but a standing shower will suffice. You get in that tub, and you look like the Sphinx from Egypt. So that way, whatever comes out the front and the back remains contained in the tub.
And then rinsed away with no shame for what has just happened.
Well, I don't know about no shame. I mean, there's
you were just in your tub mimicking the Sphinx.
But but nobody has to know that you're doing it.
Know that you're doing it, but when that thing happens, you feel like you want to bond with someone over it. You want to tell the story because it's a traumatic event, and if you can have a term to point to, now you have that shared experience without necessarily having to go into the gory details. It's just an automatic understanding. And look. The vomit, the poop, and the inevitable pee that's going to fly out at the same time when you're sphinxing it in the tub. Ideally, it will all go down the drain, but the shame, Trey, that you mentioned, some things won't go down a drain.
No, when you have those moments, you man up and you look at yourself in the mirror and you go, even we don't talk about this. We will never tell a soul about this. I did not. My body was like, hey man, you seem to have had enough of this. Because again, I was like, I would, dear God, and puke in the trash can that I had by the side of my bed, and I'm like, dear God, this has got to stop. And they went, oh, okay, but you didn't say what has to stop.
That's true. And so your body just keeps doing it. The other wrinkle on the Sphinx position or the Sphinx scenario is. And this is what happened to me. I'm not saying it happens to everybody who does the physical Sphinx. There's also the emotional Sphinx while doing the physical Sphinx. When you're in the tub and things are coming out of every hole that you've got. And so far, praying to your God has not worked. The convenience of the Sphinx type religion is you have a multitude of gods you can ask for help.
Yeah.
So that's the other side of the Sphinxing it is you start going through your mind, okay, did like the dog head person, is this the one that's in control of vomit? What about the bird headed lady? Can she help me with this? I'm going to pray to all of them.
No, I went to the standard, what I would imagine the Judeo-Christian got, even though it was Indian food. And I was like, God, this has got to stop. And it was like my prayers were answered for the upper half of my body.
Mm-hmm.
And then my gods kicked in like, you didn't mention any of us, buddy. Here we go.
So healed up top, punished down below.
That's exactly right. I think that's how the whole thing works.
Oh, man. Be sure to follow all things Treehouse at Treehouse on Air. And for our socials, For me, it's at the Dan O'Malley. For Trey, it's at Trey Trenholm1. And for Raj, it's at Comedian Raj. We will see you next time in the Treehouse. And don't forget, we are also on the YouTube.
See you guys.